How do I feel about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not as good as I thought it would be, and I was extremely excited for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but I feel like it definitely could have been better. My friend and I were discussing the other day how we really spent $165 on the Ultimate Edition of the game.
And it's gone.
And they even let us play 3 days early, which is technically us paying extra to play the game on its actual release date. Anything to get a little extra money, huh?
I'm getting robbed.
But let me get real specific. The story mode is horrible. This was supposed to be an exciting time for us, but Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's story mode is a real disappointment as a fan of the DragonballZ Budokai Tenkaichi series, and I'm here to tell you why. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a fighting game developed by Spike Chunsoft and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It's the fourth main installment in the Budokai Tenkaichi series and the first to be released under the original Sparking title outside of Japan. It's been 18 years since we've had DragonballZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3 release in North America. The teaser trailer for Sparking Zero came out in late 2023, and when it was announced, the memories that it brought back to me of playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 were indescribable. This game was a big part of my childhood, and in my personal opinion, the best way to play it was on a PS2 with no memory card. Nonetheless, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero boasts the best visuals and authentic combat from any Dragon Ball Z game made to date. I must give credit where credit's due. There's 182 characters to choose from, but it's important to mention that Goku and Vegeta make up a total of 32 slots alone.
That man's an imposter!
It definitely stays true to the anime and video game series in terms of high intensity combat and providing an exhilarating experience for true fans of the Dragon Ball series alike. There are a few game modes, but I'm specifically going to be talking about the story mode from Sparking Zero, or as they call it, the episode battles. Episode battle mode offers a new story mode type where we get to choose from between 8 characters who consist of Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, Frieza, Jiren, and Goku Black. The episode battle mode supposedly offers an immersive experience by allowing you to relive iconic battles through original situations in the Dragon Ball anime and manga series from the perspective of each of the 8 different characters. But with a twist, there's a chance to fight in Sparking episodes. Sparking episodes are special story events that allow players to explore what-if scenarios and change the outcome of well-known stories from the Dragon Ball series. Sparking episodes can be achieved by completing certain conditions to certain story battles. One example of a branch leading to a Sparking episode is if you defeat the Frieza soldier and Frieza quickly in Gohan's episode battle in the Resurrection of Frieza arc. Doing this, you unlock an alternate route which leads you to fighting Gohan Black instead of Goku Black, which happens because Dragon Ball Z?
Nice.
I mean, what can we say? This is probably the most interesting Sparking episode as it's the only one with a new original character. But between you and me, it's just Gohan in a different costume while holding a consistent angry facial expression. Even though we get to fight Gohan Black, he's not a playable character. A big problem with Sparking episodes is that the conditions to get them are about the same every time. Defeat so-and-so quickly. So this whole new selling point that they've sold to us really sucks.
You really suck.
So yeah, that's my conclusion on that. Other than that, the main story mode has been severely degraded and made into a shell of itself, a horrible game mode, and a disgrace to the Budokai Tenkaichi series. This was supposed to be a sequel, so how did we end up with the lamest story mode in the whole Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series? According to HowLongToBeat.com, the main story of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 takes about 12 hours to complete on average, while Dragon Ball Sparking Zero takes about 10 hours to complete on average. You should also double those estimates because this assumes that you already are good at the game. But the most important metric that I'm looking at is under all playstyles at leisure column. Because to me, that's a good measure of playing time when you have time in a healthy fashion. Not necessarily playing every day, but definitely your go-to activity when it comes to your spare time. Sparking Zero comes in at 65 hours and 52 minutes, all playstyles, while playing at leisure. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 provides almost double that at 111 hours of all playstyles while playing at leisure. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out 18 years ago, and it offers more overall playing time than Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's nuts. I hope more people can admit that. The story mode also has a lot less fights and doesn't make you utilize the team battle function in the story mode like it used to. we missed out on some of our favorite iconic moments. It skips over a lot of battles and doesn't provide many that should have been there. I think most people started off their journey in the episode battles with Goku since he's the main protagonist. He also has the longest story, as you would expect. It started out great, you meet Raditz and it feels cinematic. You get to try the point of view thing with Goku, and you're even given a choice to go by yourself or with Piccolo. It actually starts off with a pretty exciting feeling that there's going to be a lot more in store, but it never offers much. The cutscenes are dull, and a lot of the times, the battles end early. There are so many characters in the game, and there isn't a story mode to incorporate all of them. Was I the only one super excited to play the whole Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super story? I've seen some complaints online about the developers using still frames instead of having animated cutscenes. And I support that complaint because we have games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which came out in 2016, which is now 9 years ago, and they have animated cutscenes. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is developed by DIMS. Clearly they're still working on Xenoverse 2 till this day since it still has DLC upcoming. They even added a PS5 update to the game too. We just need to hope that Spike Chunsoft's development team has the same plan in mind. What made Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 so great wasn't just its revolutionary combat, it was its Dragon History. Dragon History was Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 story mode. It closely follows the manga and the anime adaptation. It goes through every saga that the Dragon Ball IP had, and it even included the movies in the story mode as a special saga. It's a shame that we didn't get Teen Gohan in the Goku-style gi outfit from the BoJack Unbound movie. It truly is a shame because it was in the last game, and you even have BoJack included in the game, so you can't fully relive the battle the way it should be. And an honorable mention on top of that would have to be Trunks from the BoJack Unbound movie. We definitely need the fashion. What's cool is that they even had a What If saga already back then too. So in actuality, the Sparking episodes weren't that creative of an idea. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has Dragon Ball Super Broly dead front in the center of the game cover. He's even in the intro movie. So isn't it crazy that they didn't give him a story mode entry, nor did they incorporate him in any episode battles at all? It's like he was used for promotional purposes only, and he was just an afterthought. He's just another playable character that gets less action than a Frieza soldier.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
It's just a letdown that they didn't care about giving us a proper story mode. There was also no fight that felt important, or anything that could provide me with a cutscene that I wanted to revisit. The best you could get was the Goku canon ending, but watching it is frustrating because why didn't they provide us with this for every fight? That would have been a game changer. But on the subject of story mode fights, one game series that delivered on their story mode fights was the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series. In Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, the battle between Naruto and Sasuke at the bridge in the Land of Iron is incredible. The fighting gameplay, the music, and even the change of style mid-battle to the younger selves, to their first big fight. All of this adds emotional depth, and demonstrates a reason for fighting, that this isn't just some regular combat with superpowers. In Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, they took their battle even further, and even still included the fight from Storm 3 in the Storm 4 final fight. All I can say is that these people put passion into the project. My point is that there's something to look forward to in the middle of the battle, and it's done in a fashion that gives it so much replayability. It makes you have no choice but to go back to story mode and relive these events fully. It's 2025. It's also absolutely ridiculous that Vegeta's episode battles only go up to Kid Buu. He didn't even get to do much in that battle. Why didn't they include his fights in the Tournament of Power? He has Super Saiyan Blue evolved, so why didn't they extend his path to at least the God of Destruction Topple fight? Because all the characters and skills are there. For some reason, Trunks gets to fight him in a Sparking episode path with Vegeta, but Vegeta alone doesn't have the episode battles beyond the original Dragon Ball Z series. This alone makes me strongly think that this game isn't a completed product and wasn't released the way it was supposed to be intended. We recently got a trailer for the first batch of DLC characters, which all come from the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. I'm excited to try out the characters, of course, but a problem still remains. These characters still aren't getting any type of story mode support. There's gonna be no background given to these characters through battle. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is giving us 11 new playable characters, but between you and me, it's actually just 5 new characters. And that's assuming that Gohan and Piccolo can transform all the way through from base form. And of course, they didn't give us a new stage to complement the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. Even Xenoverse 2 did that to complement the set of characters they were releasing for the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. But we'll talk about that another time in another video. So overall, I think the game falls a little flat. It just doesn't seem to be a complete game. I expected a finished product on launch, and it's clearly lacking as a sequel. The combat is amazing, and it's definitely functionally and visually speaking a 10 out of 10. It seems like they made custom mode for us to be able to create all the fights ourselves as a shortcut, as to not providing us a proper story mode. But that's not fun. I got the game to fight legendary battles with some high level cinematics, not a Dragon Ball scene creator. What I'm saying is not crazy. I don't think this makes me a hater either. If this was sold as a separate entry in the Dragon Ball game universe, then this would be okay. Like a more appropriate title for this game would be Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3. I know a lot of players really like the game and play online with friends, but I'm more of a single player kind of guy, and that's who I'm speaking for this time. And it really sucks that they didn't put too much passion into orchestrating a story mode like they once did in DragonballZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So ultimately, this game is severely lacking in this single player aspect. What are your thoughts on the matter? Do you think that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero lived up to your expectations? Or do you think that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was lacking in some areas? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you next time.